right. This is the follow-on video to the conditions that fall under CyberArk Identity Builder flows. So in this case, the first decision we went over was the join decision. In this case, we will go over the split decision, and the major differences, as mentioned in the previous flow, a join decision eventually brings all topics back to the same path, right? So you would basically go left or right, but you would eventually get back onto a singular path. In a join decision, you have to have at least one child element as well. One thing you'll notice here is this split decision does not have a child element, and it does not require one. And you'll also notice there are two follow-on paths depending upon the decision. So in this case, we're doing the exact same call that we performed in the previous example with the join decision, returning a random joke, and we're making the exact same decision, which is we're checking if the status contains 200. Now, one thing to point out, you only, with these decision types, can only check one thing. This is different than with the branch function, which we'll cover in a follow-on video. So if we go ahead and run this, basically what we expect to see a 200, and we would then go to this stop going down the left branch. If we come in and take a look at the split decision, we do see we received a 200 response. So we take a look at the branch decision, and the branch decision did indeed go down that left path because 200 OK contains 200. So split and join are fairly similar. Again, major difference, join brings you back to the same path. Split keeps them separated completely. One thing I will point out, and this is something to be aware of, is if you put in a loop, so in this instance, I put a loop in place, and then I put a split decision in, the split decision is basically at this point going to be a join because you can't break out of the loop this way. You can't go down a completely separate path. That would mess up your overall loop. Now, what you can do is you can put in a loop break to make the split decision work. If you'll notice, the split decision and join decision inside of a loop basically look fairly identical, right? Both of them are going to do the same exact thing. So you kind of have either option. You're not going to really see a benefit of either inside of the loop. So just be aware that if you put a split or a join inside of a loop, they're going to function fundamentally the same.